I declare this congregation open. Please be seated. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Chancellor, Lord Phillips.
Vice-Chancellor, those of you who are about to receive your degrees, and those who've come to watch you receive your degrees, welcome. My name is Nicholas Phillips, and I have the honour to be the Chancellor of this university. That's why I'm wearing this magnificent gown. In the 13th century, the Chancellor of the university used to be a very important person, because he was responsible for running it. Now it's the Vice-Chancellor who runs the university, and you're going to hear from our Vice-Chancellor, John Binney, later on. But I have the pleasure of opening the ceremony, and it really is a pleasure, because this is an occasion on which everyone has good reason to enjoy themselves. You don't all look as though you are enjoying yourselves. Some of you are looking rather solemn. This is, of course, a very significant occasion, but it should also be a fun occasion. Friends and family have come to see those they love receiving degrees that are the reward for a lot of hard work. So relax and enjoy yourselves. Today, no less than 892 students are going to receive their degrees. And that means an awful lot of clapping. But don't hesitate, if you feel like it, to do a bit of cheering as well. I've little doubt you'll accept that invitation. For in my experience, those who graduate from the famous Bournemouth Media School are a pretty rowdy lot. There you are, you see. I have to tell you that it's almost exactly 50 years since I received my degree, and I can remember the occasion well. It was a rather frightening moment. It was what I'd been working for the last 3 years, and suddenly I was out there on my own. I hadn't really looked beyond that moment, and now I had to set about earning my living. But I had the good fortune to have graduated at a rather good moment. My early childhood had seen the Second World War, but we'd come through that and the period of austerity that followed it. We'd learnt from our mistakes. Most of the European countries had signed up to the European Convention on Human Rights, determined to make sure that the evils that had led to the last war never happened again. Man hadn't made much mark on the face of the world. Only the rich owned motor cars, and there weren't many of them. We had no need of motorways or parking restrictions. There were few civil aeroplanes, and those that did exist had propellers. People didn't fly abroad for holidays. We used to go for our family holidays to the Dorset coast, only 10 miles from here. England was a peaceful, sleepy country. If you wanted to communicate, you wrote a letter, which was delivered the next day for 1p. If your house had a telephone, you had to dial the operator and ask to be put through to the number you wanted. It was the beginning of a period of prosperity and economic growth that was to last almost to the present day. There was no shortage of raw materials. Oil gushed readily from the ground in the United States and the Middle East. Our own coal mines provided the fuel that we needed to heat our homes or produce power. Daily life involved social pleasure. When you went shopping, you bought what you wanted over the counter and stopped for a chat with the person who served you. Banks were places where you kept your money and cashed your checks when you needed it. Your doctor and your solicitor were likely to be personal friends. And when you chose a career, it was a career for life. You'd stay in the same firm or company, and if you were lucky, steadily make your way up the particular ladder that you had stepped onto. This was the way of life of my father and my grandfather, and I didn't expect things to change in my lifetime. How wrong I was. Things have changed. And you who are graduating today are facing challenges that we would never have imagined 50 years ago. We've had 50 years of growth and 50 years of conspicuous consumption. And now we're running out of some of the things we need to maintain our way of life. We're getting near the end of the fossil fuels and having to resort to ever more difficult and dangerous ways of extracting that which remains. We, or rather you, are going to have to invent alternative ways of generating energy. We are, I think, on our way there. Each year I come down here to the Festival of Design and Innovation, and it is remarkable how many of the inventions laid out for inspection now draw their power from the sun. But you are not inventors. At least I hope you're not, because you're graduating from the media school. And because of that, I want to say a word about human rights. I'm a judge, and we judges spend quite a lot of our time upholding human rights. And some newspapers attack us for doing so. They give the impression that human rights only protect those who don't deserve our sympathy, such as dangerous criminals who escape being sent back to their own countries because of their right to family life in this one. Well, what the media sometimes overlooks is that they themselves benefit from one of the most important human rights, freedom of expression. So please spare a thought for the judges who are there to protect your freedom of expression and exercise that freedom of expression responsibly. I hope that none of you will end up in a tent in front of St. Paul's Cathedral or in Parliament Square or in any of the other places where tents are pitched in protest. There is much to protest about. Those responsible for the world's financial system have made a mess of things. But there are more constructive ways of communicating dissatisfaction than sitting in tents, and no one should know this better than you. You are the communicators of the future. There's no area that has changed more in my lifetime than communication. The ease of communication that exists today is of immense significance. It explains what we've seen happening in the Middle East. Exercise of the means of mass communication carries with it great power and great responsibility. I hope and believe that this university will have equipped you to use that power responsibly. Well, that's enough of the preaching. Each graduate is here to receive his or her reward for hard work and for a task successfully achieved. And it's my great pleasure to say to each one of you, well done. I have 4 children. I know from experience that when young people are working for exams, they're not always good company. They are stressed and sometimes irritable or depressed. Their family and friends have to put up with that and help them with love and encouragement. I say love and encouragement, but love and money would in many cases be truer. For university does not come cheaply, and some parents are able, with personal sacrifice, to help their sons and daughters to meet the expense involved. And the same is true of some grandparents. And so the congratulations are due not just to the graduates, but to all of you, family, friends, those who teach at this university, and those who work here to cater for all the needs of those who teach and those who study. And so I have great pleasure in giving all of you my very best wishes and in declaring the ceremony open.
This congregation is assembled for the conferment of postgraduate and undergraduate awards of the university. My Lord and Chancellor, recipients of awards in the Media School will be presented by the Dean of the School, Mr. Stephen Dukes, and will be received as graduates by the Vice-Chancellor, Professor John Vinney.
My Lord and Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to present the recipients of awards for the Media School. Doctor of Philosophy. In recognition of a programme of work entitled Consumption in the Everyday Imagination, How Consumer Culture Gives Shape to Everyday Thinking, Rebecca Jenkins. In recognition of a programme of work entitled What's in a Word? The Discursive Construction of Creativity, Mark St. John Redman. In recognition of a programme of work entitled A New Score for Pandora's Box, Julian Harry Skinner. Master of Arts in 3D Computer Animation. With distinction, Harold Cheng. And also with distinction, Han Xiang Chua. With distinction, Juan Francisco Correa Diaz. Emilian Florin Dragoi. With distinction, Dipti Gandhi. Also with distinction, Jonathan Hall. Firuz Kiraz. With distinction, Yao Kuang Lai. Chi Wei Lo. Ruha Banu Merchant. Suniti Peters. Chitra Seni. Alan Serra. Neil Steenput. Manu Tomar. Archit Vase. With distinction, Charles Wilcox. Daniel Willers. Master of Arts in Advertising and Marketing Communications. Nilay Akhan. Bulatif Alex Taiwo. Gunish Kaur Bath. Anshula Bichu. Katharina Bratz. Shatip Chakiti, Ngozi Ijims, Abigail Jane Gibbons, Longjin Xia, George Cohn, Ilarion Kopelishvili, Alessandra Kulik, with distinction, Louise Starup Madsen, and also with distinction, Hina Mairaj, Eziafa Munyonye, Kartika Narayan Nair, Julia Albury, Andrea Patricio Perez Diaz da Silva, Aramat Ponsuwankul, Veronica Rodriguez, Fraser Ruthven, Louise Schilling, Vatsal Ashwin Shah, Pushkaraj Shirgura Ka, Hannah Smith, Thanchanok Suranatini, Shrutika Ram Tekawade, Ritika Verma, and Isugul Yigitbasi. Master of Arts in Creative and Media Education, Spencer Ayres. Pauline Ferrick-Squibb. Will Harry Goldston. And Roy Winspear. Master of Arts in Creative Media Practice, Dean Donaldson. And with distinction, Carl Rawlstrone. Master of Arts in Digital Effects, Akiyemi Akinwoye. Ching Yi Shen. Kaja Christiansen. Kai Gad. Vedat Gunte. With distinction, Christopher Heath. Also with distinction, Ravi Krishna Kasumati. Zeynep Kilik. Philip Ludwig. David Lyon. Simon Mercer. Yun Young Min. With distinction, David Nolan. Bhavesh Pandey. With distinction, Kartik Ramasamy. Janhavi Ramaswamy. Martin Tobias Rosenkrantz. Pratap Sekak. Shiju Somarajal. Altug Tama. Ankit Vajpayee. Venkata Kalyan Reddy Vadi Reddy. Prajwal Vas. Colin West. And with distinction, Peri Yap Yao Chong. Thank you, Vice-Chancellor.
My Lord and Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the University's chaplain, Canon Dr. Bill Merrington.
Will you please stand? They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. We will remember them. When you go home, tell them of us and say, for your tomorrow we gave our today.
My Lord and Chancellor, we will now continue with the awards. Please take your seats. The awards will be presented by the Dean of the School, Mrs. Stephen Jukes, and received as graduates by the Vice-Chancellor, Professor John Vinney.
Master of Arts in Directing Digital Film and Television, Kyriakos Dimitri. Pearl Hignett. Michael Histon. Jason Jacob Johnson. Maxim Kuprianov. With distinction, Amanda Lazar. Hannah Mott. With distinction, Ben Norton. Christina Lucia Patino-Shin. Ji Chin. Roland Ramon. Hugo Sharp Johnson. Julian Bont. And Yifei Yu. Master of Arts in Multimedia Journalism. Matthew Daniel Allinson. And with distinction, Daniel Ash. Julia Baranowska. Nicola Barry. Georgina Brazier. Michelle Chidume. With distinction, Marta Clayton. Sherwin Curlow. Rebecca Amy Coyne. Derek English. Neville Jacob. Diana Cravidi. Colleen Catherine McDowell. With distinction, Chloe Musson. Nadiogo Cuote Nube. Nitya Ramani. And Shrestha Trivedi. Master of Arts in Post-Production Editing, Katie Eliza Brain. Andre Kramer. Lee Ding. Aaron Gardner. Martin Graham. With distinction, Paul Hyde. Nicholas Perry. With distinction, Stephanie Shadley. Vitor Vieira Rodriguez. Xiaobing Wang. Master of Arts in Producing Film and Television, Konstantinos Aravani. Helen Claire Aspinall. Matteo de Castello. Alexandra Graf. Yi Kuang. Natasha Marburger. Marco Mafia. Rebecca Mechem. Yana Mefodiva. Matthew Ray. Julia Samuelaeva. With distinction, Sean Tomlinson. Hanli Truong. With distinction, Claudia Gabriela Walimon Gomez. Master of Arts in Public Relations, Alexandra Abramet. Hannah Bryan. With distinction, Samuel Alexander Jameson. Rita Anwuli Onwewadu May. Maria Parker Harris. Rob Powell. Ruchita Shetty. And Juliet Tomeo. Master of Arts in Radio Production, Jennifer Carr. Alexander Oliver Crocker. Holly Fisher. William Hahn. Christopher Pike. Thomas Wake. And Tianyi Zhang. Master of Arts in Screenwriting, Nanadas Kasinata. Emma Kinsley. Rowena Lloyd. And Yi Xing. Master of Arts in Writing for the Media, with distinction, Gemma Hawkins. Fiona Julian. Mercy Lamek. Ivan McSween. Victoy Tar. Solveig Margrethe Warren. Sabra Wilson. And Jia Chen Zhu. Master of Business Administration Media, Jiri Mista. Master of Science in Computer Animation and Visual Effects, with distinction, Andy Abgott-Spon. Chong Deng. With distinction, Ahmed Gurab. Min Jiang. Sundar Narayan Krishnamurti. With distinction, Mathieu Sanchez. Vinyashar Viswanathan. Siritorn Satara Banu. Bachelor of Arts in Advertising with Marketing Communications with first-class honours, Catherine Abraham. Joshua Allison. Ben Martin Brewer. Laura Ann Bridger. Damon Birch Hyson. Danielle Elizabeth Bai. Roseanne Lucia Casalaspro. Francesca Sissel. Amanda Cleary. James Cleater. Hayley Coop Dempster. Emma Louise Cox. Jane Davis. Martina Zradkorga Dimitrova. Ralph Peter Donovan. Kelly Drury. The first class honours, Melissa Jane Elderfield. Joseph Fletcher. Laura Elizabeth Fullerton. Claire Gill. Henry Godfrey. Samuel Griffin. Sarah Haddon. Thomas Hall. Tim Hawes. Sherry Hodge. Chloe Jones. Georgina Jones. Rachel Jones. Benjamin Kay. Charlotte Keating. Katie Lewis. Melissa Meerapfel. Madeline Newman-Curry. Daniel Nielsen. Thomas Oliver. Daisy Ann Pratt. Simon Joseph Thomas Crease. Rebecca Davida Josephine Rabin. Lauren Roberts. Marcus Royal. Sophie Smee. Lucy Smith. Scott Spurgeon. Rebecca Sturck. Katie Stockbridge. Daisy Louise Swan. Perry Samantha Thomas. Joshua Thompson. Lamia Tofek. Amy Victoria Waystone. With first-class honours, Rebecca Dawn Watkins. And also with first-class honours, Gemma Patricia Wiggins. Georgina K. Wilcox. Eve Williams. With first-class honours, Joseph Wood. And Danielle Woolley. Bachelor of Arts in Communication and Media. Siobhan Merrin Alford. Leah Allen. Sophie Anderson. Sophie Rosler Margaret Bailey. Abby Lee Baisden. Lauren Bird. James Anthony Bolt. Joanne Clark. Taria Coote. Nicola Helen Cutler. Laura Davies. Jasmine Zena De Vivo. Abby Denny. Tara Duncan. With first-class honours, Martin Mackenzie Edward. Nicole Eves. Lucy Flood. Jessica Gatford. Victoria Greenfield. Jamie Matthew Hallett. Shelley Hampshire. Rebecca Hannon. Rachel Elizabeth Hardy. Jonathan Crawford Harville. Abby Hickey. Katie Hoy. Hannah Elizabeth Jackson. Dominika Karpovic. Lauren Keith. Eleanor Grace Kendrick Thomas. Gemma Kimber. Caitlin Lorelei King. Holly Lambert. Christopher Sebastian Lever. Kate Malinowski. Lauren Marshall. Hayley Jane Martin. Holly Martin. Sarah Marie Mason. Katie Elizabeth Margaret Mosses. Zara Murchie. Elizabeth O'Connor. Sarah Jane Pentland. Laura Jane Pontin. Emily Ann Pound. Jenna Louise Ratu. Carly Ann Smith. With first class honours, Amy Southby. Craig Matthew Spence. Jessica Story. Yuan Tung Tang. Helen Tanner. Samuel David Elliott Techman. Sarah Wilkinson. The first class honours, Georgina Susan Willis. Lee Winter. And Hannah Rose Wright. Bachelor of Arts in Computer Visualization and Animation. Faiz Ahmed. Lawrence Bennett. With first class honours, Eleanor Bond. Chris Carter. Mira Chuha. With first class honours, Emma Crystal. Paul Donnellan. Kai Eng Leong Doricott. Thomas Clavel. With first class honours, Bryony French. Luke Gibbard. Alex James David Goodfellow. Samson Leo Angelo Hall. Jordan Anthony Haynes. The first class honours, Sophie Hill. Robert Anthony James. Thomas Alexander David Kelly. Tom Martin Davies. Lucas Dickinson Miguel. With first class honours, Azul Afiq Mohammed. Daniel Sean Moore. With first class honours, Paul Noverol. Victoria Jane Pachiti. Jane Payton. Michael Payne. Clarence Satish Rajaratnam. Luke Rawcliffe. Mark Oliver Redaway. Nicola Rogers. The first class honours, Simon Rousel. Nicholas Sargent. The first class honours, Katya Scott. Sarita Wyon Tam. Joseph West. And Bradley Lorcan Woodgate. Bachelor of Arts in Interactive Media Production, Alexander Antonov. Vaughan Barwood. Emilia Patricia Biske. Matthew Bridgman. Jonathan Burgess. Ellen Burns. Adam Burt. Stephen Coates. Nicola Cohen. Benjamin Davies. Joe Fitzhugh. With first class honours, Daniel Fountain. Peter Gibbons. With first class honours, Robin Andrew Hawkes. Holly Marie Higgins. Jason Hodges. Adam John Hunt. Yolanda Larkin. Eric Lingy. With first class honours, Chloe Little. Craig Edward George Pavley. Daniel Pavitt. Daniel Christopher Phillips. Glyn Phillips. James Pigeon. Scott Owen Michael Pierce. William Poole. With first class honours, Francis Pugh. Thomas Reagan. Matthew James Shield. Edward Tibbets. Freddie Tibbles. Elliot Tilby. Alexander Vince. Hugh Walker. Christopher White. Tom Wickham. Georgina Wishart. And Karyin Karen Yun. Bachelor of Arts in International Marketing, Jacqueline Cameron. Esther Thayer. Olivia Catherine O'Gorman. And Kizzy Oyediran. Bachelor of Arts in Marketing, William Armstrong. With first class honours, Kirsten Bailey. Charlotte Baxter. Nicola Blows. Billy Rose Bora. Sarah Calderwood. Lauren Campbell-Brown. Kaylee Chapman. Samuel David Cox. With first class honours, Emma Curran. Hamish Alexander Day. Rachel Day. James Edwards. Aria Fariji. William Robert Finch. Richard Matthew Fisher. Laura Victoria Fowler. Daniel Lee Gilliland. Samuel Gunston. Faye Louise Harrington. Charlotte Harris. Luke Christopher Hill. Gina Claire Hollingdale. With first class honours, Kirsty Jane Horsfall. Rebecca Louise James. Paul Janaway. Oliver Joshi. Will Lay. Sing Lee. Sean Longstaff. Alexandris Valentina Lonnie. Stacey McDermott. Katie Louise McLean. Nadia Moniz. William James Moore. Nicholas Ozzy de Ziguart. Matthew Proud. Zoe Raw. Oliver Charles Robinson. Kirsty Senior. Shabir Mohammed Siraz Ullah. Harriet Claire Smith. Sam Spong. Stacey Stutcliffe. George Swindale. Chloe Elizabeth Thomas. Fiona Jane Wallace. Amy White. And Tom Wright. Bachelor of Arts in Media Production. Tobias Bailey. With first class honours, Amanda Edwards. Also with first class honours, Luke Farley. Luke Gagin. Robert Gregg. Georgina Higgins. Joe Holland. With first class honours, Lee Jones. Charlotte Lamb. With first class honours, Amber May Leaguewater. Lauren Legat Kalis. With first class honours, Thomas Maycock. And also with first class honours, Josie Tenger. Kyle Walker. And Ruth Williams. Bachelor of Arts in Multimedia Journalism, Catherine Alder. Alexander Harvey Andrews. Lauren Archel. With first class honours, Jessica Bracey. Reese Jamie Darrell Brown. Jack Stephen Chuter. Jodie Clark. Jordan Kimberly Thompson Collier. Christopher Cox. Sophie Cox. Lucy Elizabeth Crane. With first class honours, Rebecca Deverage. Daniel John Duke. With first class honours, Hannah Duncan. Claire Edwards. Lawrence Ettridge. With first class honours, Thomas Andrew Fleetwood. Jamie Fryer. Nicola Gibbons. Tamsin Guy. With first class honours, Katie Harrington. And also with first class honours, Frederick Harrison. Martin Hastings. Melissa Emma Hawkins. With first class honours, Lauren Hewitt. Oliver James Hill. With first class honours, Sarah Howells. With first class honours, Jack Hyam. And also with first class honours, Stephen Johns. Benjamin Martin. Gail Lucy MacDonald. Sophia Jacqueline Moya. Eleanor Chloe Node. Luke Nurdin. Lindsay Jade Nuttall. Adam Paris Long. Amber Christina Phillips. Charlotte Pugh. Kaylee Rogers. Jennifer Ross. Megan April Sheath. Isabel Lucy Scarlett Smith. Charlotte Soper. Sophia Stewart Clark. With first class honours, Nicholas Summers. Lauren Thomas. With first class honours, Laura Visick. Victoria Wakeham. Hannah Wales. Sophie Williams. Tanya Willis. Bachelor of Arts in Public Relations. Rachel Aldersley. Mimi Michaela Anna Anderson. Catherine Elizabeth Barr. Laura Ellen Bentham. With first class honours, Terry Bloor. Hannah Catherine Brudenell. Daniel Bull. Luke Campbell. Henrietta Mary Cardy. Irene Chambers. Naomi Chow. Gemma Louise Diaper. Sophie May Dixon. Jasmine Downs. Sarah Jane Emerton. Stephanie Josephine Enston. Kylie Catherine Ellen Gallagher. Fiona Gill. Kelly Harley. Victoria Hoole. Charlotte Johnston. Faye Lockyer. Helen Lai. Martina Mattioni. Sheila Ung. Ashley Fiona Nicolay. Faye Nixon. Anika Laura Charlotte Austell. Rosie Partington Omar. Olivia Passmore. Katie Ella Peters. Sophie Pettingale. Callum Stewart Powell. Catherine Ratcliffe. Andrew Alex Rolland. David Thomas Rowe. Annalie Ryan. Lauren Sharp. Lois Margaret Jane Short. Coco Frankie Stevens. Eleanor Stokes. Jennifer Tan. Ella Thompson. Amy Louise Wanstall. Kirsty Warren. Penny Watson. Jessica Mary Wilcox. Lauren Wilmot. David Wilson. And Hayley Wolf. Bachelor of Arts in Radio Production. Ross Bellamy. Nicole Corbin. Robert Darrell Dugmore. With first class honours, James Ewing. Lee Hatchard. Stephen Lovell. Hannah Smith. And Lisa Warthen White. Bachelor of Arts in Scriptwriting for Film and Television. Joanna Barton. Nuria Maria de Souza Nunes Leon Banano. Sarah Jane Bird. Jack Brogdon. With first class honours, Luca DeCio. Joseph Devine. Leslie Dowsell. Matthias Fischer. Henry Fosdyke. John Griffith. Bethan Grills. With first class honours, Rebecca Ann Hawkes. Mark Richard Thomas Hewitt. With first class honours, Richard Hobley. Thomas Mark Richard Howard. Andrew Hume. Mark Stephen Jones. Nadia Kalirai. Patrick Joseph Morley. Zelika Jan Murphy. With first class honours, Scott Anthony Payne. And also with first class honours, Edmund Perry. Matthew Reynolds. Sally Ann Robery. Chris Ruck. David Ruddock. Sejdeep Singh. Laura Jenny Maria Beckman. And Elizabeth Williams. Bachelor of Arts in Television Production. Tolu Agoro. Georgina Amika Carpenter. With first class honours, Sam Ardley. Felicity Arkle. Alicia Bailey. With first class honours, Nicola Louise Barnes. Jessica Battle. Laurie Beaumont. Elizabeth Ann Beardsley. Samuel James Bergson. Rory Binks. Louise Ann Brennan. Christopher James L. Bridger. Reese Bush Evans. Toby Gordon Dale. Aisling Doherty. Francesca Kate Ellis. Thomas Farmery. Lewis Michael Froud. Daniel Webster Gain. Daniel Lesek Raymond Girton. Bruno Gonta. David Harvey. Jonathan Eric Harvey. Megan Kate Hill. Thomas Jones. Emma Kosminski. Nick Leishman. James Lewis. Jonathan Paul Messena de Camin. Eleanor McPhail. Maxine Morton. Jack Moore. First class honours, Harry Monday. Natasha Nater. Laura Neal. Tamsin Neal. Emma Nichols. With first class honours, George Payne. Daniel James Rhodes. Holly Salter. Adrian Pamata Scanlon. With first class honours, Samir Shatabi. Caitlin Seegers Evans. Liam Southall. Matthew Spur. James Third. Callum Toms. James Trosh. Corinne Verwada. Zoe Warner. Joseph Lawrence Warwick. Charles Webb. Robert White. Abigail Emily Whitehouse. Emma Louise Morgan. Alice Young. And Elizabeth Angelina Zukovsky. Foundation degree in Arts in Marketing, Neil Aber. Sinead Carhilane. With distinction, Dario Candela. Shahin Hussain. And Ria Samuel. Foundation degree in Arts in Multimedia, with distinction, Rebecca Angharad Sykes. Foundation degree in Arts in Music Technology, Jamie Caldo. Alan Child. Alex Fuchs. Adam King. With distinction, Thomas Napton. And Tom Owen Newton. Foundation degree in Arts in Performing Arts, Contemporary Theatre Performance. Verity Catherine Balcombe. Leanne Victoria Ayres. Mark Alexander Foy. Andrew James Meadows. And Leah Nichols. Foundation degree in Arts in Performing Arts, Dance, Jacob Brown. Charlotte Louise Donaldson. Lisa Gagan. Jenny Heaton. Stevie Ann Jackson. Faye Jones. Emily Keisha. Amy Leake. Olivia Faye Martell. Maston Payne. And Alexandra Jane Wilcox. Foundation degree in Arts in Performing Arts, Music Theatre, Matthew Aris. Rachel Lauren Brown. Alexandra Chester. Louise Draper. Holly May Edwards. Francesca Faulkner. Bianca Ha. Lee Anthony Peter McGowan. Celie Middleton. And Sam Street. Foundation degree in Arts in Popular Music. With distinction, Natalie Betts. And also with distinction, Ross David Brown. Kevin Davidson. Daisy Mannering. With distinction, Adam Parsons. and Nicholas Mark Wood. Foundation degree in Arts in Radio Production, Michael King. And with distinction, Nadia Saeed. Foundation degree in Arts in Video Production, Ben Lomas. My Lord and Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of awards for the Media School. I now have pleasure in presenting the recipients of prizes for the school. The first 5 prizes will be presented by the Vice-Chancellor. And we start with the Vice-Chancellor's prize. It's awarded for the most distinguished overall performance. And it goes to Fran Pugh. The Bournemouth University Placement Prize is for the student who, while on a placement, was deemed to have made the most outstanding contribution to their employing organisation. It's awarded to Jabir Mohammed Siraz Ullah. The Rosemary Pope Memorial Prize is in memory of Professor Rosemary Pope for the most outstanding contribution made by a graduate who's progressed to an honours degree from a partner college. It's awarded to Amber May Leakwater. The Side Effects Software Prize is for the best final project. It's awarded jointly to Perry Yap and Kartik Ramasamy. The Atlantic Book Prize is for the best file of written work in editing and publishing. It goes to Georgina Willis. Vice-Chancellor, thank you. Now we come to prizes presented by Media School sponsors. The first is the Chartered Institute of Marketing Prize. It's for the best final year marketing student. It's presented by Andy Parker, Chair of CIM Dorset Branch, and it's awarded to Kirsten Bailey. Criminal Clothing Prize is for the best marketing dissertation. It's presented by Mo Degani, in memory of Reza Degani, who was a graduate of the Media School and founder of the global criminal clothing brand. It's awarded to Hamish Day. The Chartered Institute of Public Relations Wessex Prize is for the best final year dissertation. It's presented by Natasha Tobin, a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Marketing, and it's awarded to Lauren Wilmot. The Daily Echo Prize is for the Best News Journalist. It's presented appropriately by the editor of The Echo, Dr. Neil Butterworth, and it's awarded to Lawrence Etteridge. The Bright Blue Day Prize is for the best dissertation. It's presented by Jonathan Clark, the executive chairman. It's awarded to Rebecca Watkins. The Clock Prize is for the best final year interactive media student. It's presented by Sid Nadeem, the CEO, and it's awarded to Glyn Phillips. The Content is King Prize is for the most innovative film production content student. It's presented by the Media School's Fiona Cowney and is awarded to Toby Dale. The Media Planning Group Prize is for the best student in advertising. It's presented by Victoria Bickle, Group Account Director, MPG Media Contacts. It's awarded jointly to Victoria Greenfield and Jonathan Harville. The Star Now Prize is for the most improved student. It's presented by Jessica Mannins, Markets Manager. It's awarded to Sonny Clark, and it's received on his behalf by Nick Bamford, the programme leader. The Blue Zoo Productions Prize is for the best major project. It's presented by Tom Box, co-founder and director. It's awarded to Luke Gibbard, Lawrence Bennett, Tom Flavel, and Kai Doricott. Finally, we have prizes presented by staff from the Media School. The Alan Plater Screenwriting Prize is awarded to the writers who receive the highest mark of the year for their final major project. It's presented by Fiona Cowney, and it's awarded to Scott Payne. The Journalism Prize is for the best dissertation, and it's presented by Professor Stuart Allen. It's awarded jointly to Lauren Hewitt and Rebecca Deverage. I'm going to ask if Rebecca can stay on stage, please, because the Jeremy Wallington Prize is for investigative journalism, also presented by Professor Stuart Allen, and it goes to Rebecca Deverage. And our final prize is the Mike Matthew Prize, which is for features journalism, presented by Professor Allen, and it's awarded jointly to Hannah Duncan and Jack Chuter. My Lord and Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of prizes for the Media School.
My Lord and Chancellor, by the authority of Senate, this congregation hereby confers awards on all those graduating in absentia. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in giving all recipients of awards and prizes a final round of applause. Pretty good. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Vice-Chancellor, Professor John Vinney.
Our Chancellor, the Right Honourable the Lord Phillips of Worth-Matravers, Deputy Chair and members of the University Board, our distinguished guests, graduates, colleagues, and all of those who are watching us live around the world. This is the Media School, after all. As Vice-Chancellor, it is my privilege to welcome you here today to celebrate the achievements of a remarkable group of Media School graduates. Your time at Bournemouth University will form some of the most significant chapters in the story of your life, and today is an important bookmark, one that I hope will stay with you forever. Today you emerge triumphant with a world of opportunity at your fingertips. It will have taken hard work, dedication and commitment to get here. But none of you did this alone. Behind each of you graduating today, there is a raft of unsung heroes your parents, partners, friends and families, whose support and understanding ensured that your book was not left on the shelf. I'm delighted to welcome them here to share this moment with you. And although I imagine by now you're probably feeling a little clapped out, I invite our new graduates to join me in showing their thanks with a huge cheer and another round of applause. We're getting better. I'm going to build up towards the end to a really loud one, okay? Just warn you now. Today is also a celebration for Bournemouth University staff who have helped you to get to your story so far. I would like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of them for their contribution, and in particular for making BU what it is today, a fantastically ambitious, creative, inspiring and friendly place to be. Please join me in thanking them with another huge cheer and round of applause. Now, we're certainly heading in the right direction. Now, I know that university staff like me will be extremely proud to see you collecting your awards today, and excited about what the next chapters will hold for you. And it is a hugely exciting time to be entering the rapidly changing world of media. Now, I don't need to tell you that the social media is transforming the world of journalism. The Arab Spring is sweeping away autocratic regimes across North Africa and the Middle East. At the same time, digital technology is bringing lasting change to the world of creative film, special effects and computer games. In short, we're witnessing a technological revolution that makes the internet bubble of the 1990s look positively Victorian in comparison. The Media School, with its unique combination of professional practice and academic excellence, is at the forefront of this revolution. It is committed to ensuring that students are equipped to succeed in this challenging and exciting world. Now, as ever, they have excelled themselves. This has been another highly productive year for our award-winning Media School. Over the last few months, our graduates have truly been making their name across the industry, from directing episodes of Doctor Who to making headlines in shocking undercover investigation into care homes, from the BBC hit comedy series Whites to an Oscar for visual effects on the film Inception. And as the Media School's reputation grows at home and abroad, it is praised in Parliament as one of the leading digital media centres in the world. That resounding endorsement from Ed Vaizey, the Minister of Communication, Culture and Creative Industries, followed a report by the independent innovation think tank Nesta. It held up the school's computer animation courses as a shining example. And this year, BU has launched the New Media Writing Prize to capture the best in new media writing. One of the competition's judges, Daniel Franklin, the digital editor at Random House's UK group, spoke of the desire to discover fresh talent that would otherwise be completely off his radar as a mainstream publisher. Now, I mentioned earlier that we are celebrating a group of remarkable graduates this year, and throughout the past 12 months, BU Media School students and staff have excelled across all of the diverse sectors of the school's courses, from television and radio production to computer animation, from public relations, marketing and advertising to journalism, English and interactive media. The Centre for Excellence in Media Practice continues to break new ground in the way media subjects are taught and learnt at universities across the country. I would like to highlight just a few of those achievements and acknowledge the outstanding contribution that you, as Media School students, have made to the life of Bournemouth University. So, graduates from the MA Multimedia Journalism course swept the board this year, winning all 3 prizes for the best websites awarded by the national accreditation body, the Broadcast Journalism Training Council. The awards went to Swetha Gopinath, Hannah Gurney and Tierney Smith, in recognition of their outstanding work in the MA Journalism website projects. You can clap now if you would like to. Hamish Anderson, who graduated with a first-class honours in television production last year, won the Best Undergraduate Entertainment category at the prestigious 16th Royal Television Society Student Awards. Another media school student, Francesca Larkin, was voted Chartered Institute of Public Relations National Student Representative of the Year for 2011, winning the accolade against competition from across the UK. Journalism graduate Joe Casey was part of the team behind the BBC Panoramas programme Care Special that hit the headlines earlier this year. He went undercover to film at Bristol Care Home, revealing deeply shocking evidence of aggressive bullying and abuse. Paul Martin has recently been awarded the coveted Gold Award in the Account Planning Group Young Talent category to recognise strategic planning excellence in advertising, a magnificent achievement since it is contested by students and young practitioners representing universities and advertising agencies across the globe. And as we saw earlier, I'm delighted to say that interactive media student Fran Pugh received the Vice-Chancellor's Prize for the most distinguished overall performance. She's now working at the Media School of Member of Staff. This is the most outstanding performance of any student in the university this year, so congratulations to her. Now, BU students from the Media School also teamed up with students from the Business School this year to win the New Media Award at the European Television and Media Management Academy in Strasbourg. Their winning presentation on media management incorporated a set of scenarios for an iPad-only newspaper and succeeded against teams from 10 other European universities. And we have a stop press announcement here. Last night, 2 students from the BA Honours Interactive Media Production course attended an award ceremony after they were shortlisted for the BEMA, the British Interactive Media Association, Student Award. Glyn Phillips, Dan Fountain, they created cycling application and an iPad game respectively. So congratulations to them. But the Media School scored perhaps the biggest headlines when the Unplugged survey was launched last spring. As part of a global project, students were asked to abstain for 24 hours from the use of all media, shock horror, from mobile phones, from laptops and from MP3 players. The results were shocking, with many students actually failing to make it through the 24 hours without yielding to the temptation. Or was it addiction of digital technology? The words they used to describe their reactions were, in fact, similar worldwide: nervous, restless, panicked, lonely, and very dependent. But just in case leaving the media school also seems a bit like being unplugged, let me remind you how greatly we value our alumni and how we want to keep connected with you and keep in touch with you in the years to come. Now, while many of you will soon be immersed in the creative media industry, I do hope that you'll be proud of your time with us at Bournemouth University and at the Media School, and I know what fine ambassadors you will all make. You are joining a very distinguished club. As graduates and alumni of Bournemouth University, you'll be recognised across the world for the value that you bring to employers, to cutting-edge research, and more generally to society. And even though your chapter at Bournemouth is drawing to a close, you will remain part of our lifelong learning community, and I hope you will stay in touch for many years to come through our alumni network. Now, I want to leave you with one piece of advice. Wherever life may take you, whatever path you choose, always remember that you are the lead character in your story. You are the future, you are in charge, And each and every one of you will make a difference with the knowledge and the skills that you have gained from this university. Education is about changing lives. It helps us to leave the world a better place than we found it. Graduates, you are and you will remain part of an innovative and ambitious university. Like you, will continue to grow. But most importantly, today is about you. So I want to end by congratulating you all on your achievement. Your qualification is going to prepare you very well for the future, and I would like to just share with you now something which will give you an insight into that.
The reason I wanted to come to the media school is mainly because I heard it was one of the best media schools in the country.
It's been deeply challenging, but it's been worthwhile all the same, and I've gained a lot from it, both in terms of experience and through the people on the course who I've met and worked with.
There's a lot of things that you get to produce and a lot of things that you get to not only the knowledge, but you leave with actual artefacts to take out, and that's fantastic.
It was always practicing and practicing in this business, and I think the more you do, the more you learn and the better you get as well by doing things. I always just go out there and do it, so that's cool, I like that.
I've got myself a scholarship at Saatchi & Saatchi, so I start there on the 28th of June.
You look at all these places abroad and in this country, and this is it. This is the perfect course for advertising. This is the perfect course for advertising and marketing.
I'm a graduate of Bournemouth University. That was enough for the World Health Organization to contact me, and they told me, we just want you to do this film for us.
Have the grounding to go into anything you want to do. So if you wanted to go into games, you have the maths and the computer programming. If you wanted to go into film, you've done the training.
More than 50 Bournemouth University graduates were credited on Avatar.
We've done a lot of website work. It's really, really exciting. We've done online papers. We know how to make web videos. We know how to put the audio out there. We know how to put ourselves out there, market ourselves, be good journalists, make contacts, meet people. So it's all really exciting, really, really exciting. It's been a fantastic course.
I'm doing an MA now, all in a virtual online environment. It allows people from all over the world to join it. That provides different perspectives on your work and different people to challenge what you're doing and your views of the world, which is exactly what you need.
I think what the course kind of taught me or gave to me was all like the essentials of screenwriting and how to build a story and the structure and the beats of what makes a good story.
The thing that I take from this course is that they actually push me to see that I actually have a voice. There's this style in me. Sometimes you don't know it's there and you have to just make it in order to see it. So I think what's better prize or satisfaction than that. That's really awesome feeling.
The course has allowed me to try lots of different roles in the industry, and it's allowed me really to discover what I enjoy and what I want to do in the future.
The whole process of working with students as well as professionals in this 1-year MA post-production gave me a lot of confidence to go into the industry and to work as an editor.
There's nothing worse than keeping a secret you don't know you're keeping.
Studying at Bournemouth University has really made my career. I'm now working as a freelance cameraman and director, so yeah, it's helped my career a great deal.
I hope you've enjoyed this ceremony, and I would now like to draw it to a close by thanking all of those who have been involved in its preparation, our Chancellor, the Lord Phillips of Worth Matravers, and members of the University Board for their selfless commitment to our fantastic university. It's been a real pleasure and an honour to see such a fine intake of students grow and develop during their time with us, and I wish you all every success for the future. I hope you now really enjoy your reception in the Purbeck Hall. Thank you.
Congregation, please stand for the national anthem and the retiring processions.